Hello, Supergirl here for the Justice League. I'm going to lead you through a fetal pig dissection. So go ahead and click on the first hyperlink. As you get to this page, you're going to need to download the Shockwave plugin. So go ahead and click on that and download it. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and go through the study guides and quizzes. Okay, each study guide is followed with a quiz that has the exact same name. Let's start with the anatomical references. As long as Shockwave has downloaded properly, this will show up just fine. So you're going to see the 4 regions of the pig. You can find out the difference between anterior and posterior, dorsal and ventral, medial and lateral, as well as proximal and distal. So you can go through each of these. Make sure you understand the information before you move on. You can X out of there and you could do the quiz. Okay, I'm pretty concerned that you know each of the systems. Sexing your pig is pretty simple. You can read that one and check into that one on your own. Digestive system, this is a good one to start with because this one shows you the initial cuts that you're going to be making on the pig. So go ahead, there's no obvious place to click, but go ahead and click on the pig anywhere. Okay, these are the main incision points that you're going to be doing at the very beginning. Okay, the first incision, you are going to need to put some pressure on the scalpel, but don't put too much pressure because you don't want to cut down too deep and get into the organs. So you're going to lay the first layer of skin back. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to be able to see the muscles and the cavity. You're going to need to cut a little bit deeper through the muscles and through the fat layer. Once you do that, you're going to see exposed here the very glossy film. This is the peritoneal membrane. When you cut through that, you're going to have to do that very gently so that you don't cut or damage any of the organs underneath. As you can see, each one of the items are highlighted. So you have the liver, peritoneal membrane right here, large intestines, small intestines. Okay, you're going to need to lift the liver up so you can look at the different things. So the duodenum, the stomach, large intestine here, small intestine. You will find as you go through each one of the tutorials that the small intestines, even though they're very small, they're actually quite long. Large intestine is quite a bit shorter, but it's wider. The gallbladder wouldn't even be visible unless you pull that liver up. Okay, you are going to be taking out the liver very gently. Make sure that you don't have anything connected to it as you remove it. You're going to slip a cord down here under the esophagus. See how that's done? Okay, as you look here, you see the pyloric sphincter, and as you click on it here, it'll highlight it for you. See that? Give you some informations. Okay, each one, it'll highlight it for you, and great information here. Okay. All right, in order to see a little better, you're going to need to lay the large intestine and small intestine off to the side. Okay, and as you do that, you see quite a bit more. So you can see the rectum, you can see the umbilical arteries, as well as the pancreas. Okay, so each one has information. Now, when you get to here and you realize there's no more colored arrows, you're done. You can always go back and start over, or you can go back through a few slides if you need more information. Otherwise, once you're finished, go ahead and X out and take the quiz. If you didn't do very well on the quiz, you're probably going to need to go back and look at the study guide again. Alright, if you did do well, then you can go ahead and move on to one of the systems. Okay, since we did the digestive system, let's go ahead and look at the quiz. Okay, what you're going to do with the quiz is you're going to read through the question and then you'll place the answers. So let's look at the first one. These ridges in the stomach allow the stomach to expand and hold more food for digestion. Okay, so say you pick this answer and you slide it on in there, and it tells you right away that you're wrong. What you'll need to do then is you'll need to drag that answer back out and choose the right answer. Alright, there you go, you're set. So you'll go through the quiz until you have each one of them correct and you know the information. Wonderful. Best of luck to you from the Justice League, and we'll be checking back on your progress.